There's been a lot of attention on the case of Count Dankula, which has drawn a much needed spotlight to the British justice system, but it only really scratches the surface. Come with me down the rabbit hole and see what passes for justice in the last failing parts of a once great empire. Before I get into the whole hate speech thing, let's first visit some of the Crown Court's decisions just to give you an idea of what we're dealing with here. Picture the scene. A drug addict assaults their partner and then stabs them in the leg with a bread knife. That's one of those massive serrated buggers. And then breaches bail conditions. To me, that's nothing less than attempted murder and a good few years behind bars. But to the British justice system, she's too good for jail, despite everything, and gets a remarkably lenient suspended sentence. This crazy bitch is in medical school and wants to be a surgeon, and this is how she's behaving. She should have absolutely no place in the medical world or higher education. People have been kicked out of their universities for the mere allegations of less. Take Stacey for example. 56 days in jail for an offensive Twitter comment and was told not to return to Swansea University campus. Is that the worst it gets? You wish. A woman smothers her housebound husband to death with a pillow and walks scot-free away from the court. This one requires some explanation because her case doesn't hold water in my book. She claims it was a mercy. He wanted to die and she helped him. Listen to the facts of the case and see if you agree. The man is only accused of sex abuse crimes. The day he died, he asked his wife to contact one of his accusers. After the phone call, his wife is extremely angry and hits him with a jug, leaving him bleeding. He then allegedly spoke about wanting to end his own life. We only have her word on that. To that end, she left him some medication and then left the house. It's worth noting that assisted suicide is still illegal. When she came back, he'd taken just some of the medication and was having trouble breathing. She helped him to a bed where he said, "Help me." She assumed he wanted help to die, and that's when she smothered him with a pillow. Even if his request for help was a help to die rather than a request for medical help, she still committed a crime, but managed to walk out of court a free woman. To me, this is absolutely disgraceful, even more so when you consider the BBC running articles like this. It seems to me society is bending over backwards to give women a free pass to absolutely everything, all to the battle cry of male privilege, a phrase we all hear far too often. What male privilege, you ask? Well, the privilege of being jailed for edgy online posts, of course. Jake Newsome, 6 weeks in prison for an offensive Facebook post. Robert Riley, 8 weeks in prison for an offensive tweet. Stacey, who I mentioned earlier, 56 days in prison for an offensive tweet. And these are just a few of the cases. Over 2,500 people have been arrested for offensive messages in the past 5 years in London alone. One city. Now, I'm not condoning what any of these people said online, and I'll link to them below so you can see them for yourself, but to think that they got jailed while Lavinia Woodward, stabbing her boyfriend, got a slap on the wrist in comparison. Our justice system is broken. Our country is a joke. The idea of male privilege has now been browbeaten into us so often we don't notice these enormous legal discrepancies. I feel there is much more to be said on this topic, and I imagine I will revisit it in the future, but for now that's it. I also want to thank you personally for watching this video. If you've stuck with me through my long absence from YouTube, you're a better viewer than I deserve. But rest assured, I'm back. So, lovely viewers, what minor crime could be slapped on men next to send them to prison? I'll put the answers that make me laugh the most at the end of my next video, and as always, thank you for your time.